Hello everyone, in the previous video we had learnt about asexual reproduction in fungi, and in this video we will learn sexual reproduction in fungi. Sexual reproduction in fungi is characterized by the fusion of two nuclei, that is the karyogamy process is going to take place in sexual reproduction, followed by a meiosis process where the nucleus is going to undergo reductional division. The significance of sexual reproduction is that it results in a very high incidences of recombination, which helps in the formation of new genotypes. The formation of new genotypes will help the fungi to adapt to the different environmental conditions. Sexual reproduction in fungi takes place in all groups of fungi except for Deuteromycetes. Based on the sex organs that are present on the fungi thallus, there are two different types of species. One is called as monoecious species and the other one is called as dioecious species. Monoecious species will produce two sex organs, that is male and female sex organ on the same thalli. Therefore, it is called as monoecious. Mono stands for one. So on one thalli, two different sex organs are being produced, that is male and female sex organ. Thus, they are also called as homothallic fungi. Homo stands for same. So on same thalli, two different sex organs will be produced. Monoecious is also called as bisexual. Bisexual means two sexual. So on one thalli, two sex organs are produced. That's why it is also called as bisexual fungi. The dioecious species produces sex organs on a separate thalli. Hence, they are called as dioecious. Di stands for two. So, on two different thalli, two sex organs, that is male sex organ and female sex organ will be produced. So, on two thalli, on two separate thalli, two different sex organs will be produced. Dioecious is also called as unisexual because one sex organ will be produced per thalli. That is why it's also called as unisexual. It is also called as heterothallic because on two different, hetero stands for different. So on two different thalli, two different sex organs will be produced. Therefore, dioecious is also called as unisexual and heterothallic. Monoecious is also called as bisexual and homothallic. The process of sexual reproduction in fungi is completed in three phases. So, the three important phases of sexual reproduction in fungi are plasmogamy, karyogamy, and meiosis. Plasmogamy is the first phase of sexual reproduction in fungi. In plasmogamy, the fusion of protoplast of the two compatible gametes or sex cells or compatible hyphae is going to take place. So there is fusion of the cytoplasmic contents during plasmogamy. Plasma stands for a jelly-like substance that is present in a cell. So cytoplasm or the protoplast we call it, both of them are going to get fused during the process of plasmogamy. As a result of plasmogamy, two compatible nuclei come close to each other. Followed by plasmogamy, karyogamy is going to occur. Karyogamy is the fusion of two nuclei to form a diploid nucleus. In some fungi like Phycomycetes, karyogamy occurs immediately after plasmogamy. In other fungi like Ascomycetes and Basidiomycetes, karyogamy is very much delayed. In delayed karyogamy, two opposite strains of nuclei get themselves arranged in pairs in a single cell. So in this condition, in one single cell, we get to see two different nucleus, one male nucleus and the female nucleus present in the same cell. So this is called as a dikaryon. So the cell which is having two opposite strains of nuclei is called as a dikaryon. So this dikaryon, the cell which is having two opposite strains of nuclei, will divide mitotically as usual along with the simultaneous division of the cytoplasm. So this phase of life cycle, we call it as a dikaryotic phase, and the process is known as dikaryotization. After dikaryotic phase, the two nuclei of the dikaryon will fuse to form a diploid nucleus. So this diploid stage of the life cycle is seen only in the zygote. So once the dikaryotic phase is done, the two nuclei will fuse with each other to form a zygote. Now the zygote is the only diploid phase that you see in the entire life cycle of the fungi. Once the zygote is formed, this zygote will immediately undergo reduction division, that is meiosis. The zygote will undergo reduction division wherein a haploid nucleus is being established. So here a diploid nucleus, when it undergoes reduction division, it becomes a haploid nucleus where a haploid stage is established. So after karyogamy, reduction division occurs in a diploid nucleus. Therefore, an haploid stage is being established, which leads to the production of meiospores. So that is about the three phases of sexual reproduction in fungi. At the end of the meiosis, we get to see production of meiospores. These meiospores will give rise to a new individual of fungi. Now let us see what are the different methods of sexual reproduction in fungi. So the first method is called as planogametic copulation. So here planogametic stands for motile gametes. In my previous video you would have seen we have spoken about the different types of spores that are being produced by fungi. We have learnt about motile spores and non-motile spores. Motile spores are called as zoospores and non-motile spores are called as aplanospores. Aplano are non-motile. So the opposite of aplano is plano. So it becomes a motile. So planogamete is a motile gamete. Copulation stands for fusion. So here the motile gametes are going to fuse. So that is the observation that we see from the name itself. So planogametic copulation involves the fusion of two naked motile gametes. So planogametes are motile gametes. So there will be fusion of two naked motile gametes. Based on the structure and size of the fusing gametes, there are three types of planogamy that we can observe. The first type is called as isogamy. Iso stands for similar or same. So here in isogamy, the fusing gametes, the gametes which are going to fuse are similar in size, but they are physiologically different. Morphologically they are same. The size of it is same. Both are motile. But physiologically they are of two different strains. One is a male gamete and the other one is a female gamete. The next type of planogametic copulation is called as anisogamy. And in anisogamy, the fusing gametes are both morphologically and physiologically different. Here you can see that the male gamete is smaller and motile and the female gamete is larger and again it is motile. So that is anisogamy. And then the third type of planogametic copulation is oogamy. Oogamy is also called as heterogamy. In oogamy, again, the two fusing gametes are morphologically and physiologically different. Here, the female gamete is larger and non-motile, whereas male gamete is smaller and motile. So, the male gamete has a flagella. That is about oogamy, where the female gamete is called as oogonium and the male gamete is called as anther-zooids. Here the female it's not a female gamete actually. This oogonium is actually a female sex organ. So here the male gamete, that is a sex cell, is completely, it is going to fuse with a female sex organ. Therefore it is called as oogamy. The next type of sexual reproduction is called as gametangial contact. Gametangium means a sex organ. So here the two sex organs are going to come close to each other. In this type, the gametes, the sex cells are not released from the gametangia. Instead, male and female gametangia come in close contact with each other with the help of a fertilization tube. Then one or more nuclei will migrate into the female gametangium through this fertilization tube. So here you get to see that the two gametes are not fusing with each other. They never fuse with each other, or they are not going to lose their identity during the sexual act. It's just that they will come in close contact with each other and the nucleus, with the help of fertilization tube, will migrate from male gamete to female gamete. That's why it is called as gametangial contact. They just come in contact with each other. The third type of sexual reproduction is called as gametangial copulation. Gametangia again stands for sex organs, whereas copulation stands for fusing. So here we get to see the two different strains or the two compatible gametangia is going to fuse with each other. The two compatible sex organs are going to fuse with each other. In this, the entire contents of the two compatible gametangia will fuse with each other. The gametangia comes in close contact. When they come in close contact with each other, wall at the point of contact will dissolve and their contents will mix with each other to form a progametangium. Now this second step that you are seeing is a progametangium step. Here you can see the plus strain and the minus strain, both are opposite strains of sex organs which come in close contact with each other. When they come in close contact with each other, at the point of contact the walls are going to dissolve and their contents will mix with each other to form a progametangium. Once the progametangium is established, the karyogamy process is going to take place, leading to the zygote formation. Now, during karyogamy, the haploid nucleus will fuse with each other to form a diploid nucleus. So, therefore, the zygote is diploid now. Later, a spore wall develops around it to form a zygospore. Now this zygospore in some fungi will get detached from the hyphae and later they will germinate to form a zygosporangium, and zygospores or spores are being produced inside the zygosporangium. Whereas in certain fungi the zygospore will still be attached to the sex organs, wherein they will germinate to form a zygosporangium and meiospores are being formed. So that is about gametangial copulation. The fourth type of sexual reproduction is spermatization. In some advanced fungi, sex organs are completely absent. Here, sexual process is accomplished by minute spore-like spermatium and a specialized hyphae, which is also called as a receptive hyphae, acting as a female structure. So here the male structure is going to be spermatium and the female structure is going to be the receptive hyphae, which is called as trichogyne. Spermatia is carried by air, water or insect and they will get carried to the receptive hyphae. The spermatia will get attached to the trichogyne of the receptive hyphae and migrate into the cytoplasm. So this is how the plasmogamy and later the nucleus that is present in the spermatium will fuse with the nucleus that is there in the trichogyne, and hence the karyogamy will be established. Later meiosis process will happen and the meiospores will be produced. So this is how the spermatium will fuse with the female hyphae, female receptive hyphae. The last type of sexual reproduction is somatogamy. In this, the sex organs are not formed. The sex organs are absent. So the two vegetative cells or the two vegetative hyphae of different strains will come close to each other and they are going to fuse with each other to form a sexual function. They are going to act like sex organs, whereas the sex organs are not produced. Here the two different hyphae, two opposite strains of hyphae will fuse with each other, where the cytoplasm will fuse. Later that fused dikaryon is established. The dikaryon will start dividing mitotically. Once they start dividing mitotically, after mitotic division, the karyogamy will occur. Later meiosis will occur, reduction division will occur, where after meiosis a haploid stage is established and the haploid nucleus is going to act as a meiospore. Example of this somatogamy is seen in Peziza, Agaricus and Morchella. That is all about the different methods of sexual reproduction in fungi. The types of sexual spores in fungi are zygospores, ascospores and basidiospores. So we get to see three different types of sexual spores in fungi. The first type is called as zygospore. Zygospore are formed by the fusion of male and female structures during sexual reproduction. Now they are diploid spores. They are thick-walled resting spore. You see, this is a zygote. So therefore it is a diploid spore. It's a thick-walled resting spores in lower fungi. So the zygospore can also be a dormant spore. So under unfavorable conditions, this zygospore will remain intact, and when there are favorable conditions, the zygospore will germinate to form meiospores in the zygosporangium. And this meiospores will give rise to a new fungi. And the next type is called as ascospores. Ascospores is produced in class Ascomycetes, where ascospores are endospores. Endospores means they are produced inside a sac-like structure. Therefore, they are endospores. They are haploid and they are produced inside a specialized sac-like structure. As I told you, it is called as ascus. The specialized sac is called as ascus. Single ascus will contain 8 ascospores, which are produced after meiosis followed by the mitosis process. The last type of a sexual spore in fungi is Basidiospores. Basidiospores is produced in class Basidiomycetes. They are exospores that are produced outside the fungal hyphae. They are produced in a specialized structure called as basidium. So this is the basidium. On the basidium, basidiospores are being produced. That's why it's called as exospores. These basidiospores are also haploid spores. Single basidium has 4 basidiospores. So these are the different types of sexual spores that are produced in fungi. So that is all about the sexual reproduction in fungi. Thank you all for watching the video.